Today we are going to be discussing mental health and mental well-being with somebody who does not need any introduction whatsoever. We're in conversation with Randeep Hooda today, and I'm going to go straight across to him to ask him this first question. Randeep, do you think mental wellness in India is one of the hugely ignored topics at the moment?
Mental health is an issue which we have culturally looked down upon or brushed under the carpet. And also, it is not so prevalent as it is in the West because of our close-knit family structures and our close-knit neighborhood communities. Uh, so it is something which is coming into focus as it is coming into focus of the people with the fragmented families and things. There are people who are depressed but nobody knows what's wrong with them, and they themselves don't know, and it leads to all kinds of misunderstandings. And you know, it is something which I'm glad we're having a conversation about.
Absolutely. And I know, Randeep, that you're so passionate about horses, and they also say that the outside of the horse is very good for the inside of the man. Does it really de-stress you to be around these creatures?
Oh, absolutely. I think actually it is the truth, because the horse has a heart energy field 6 times the ratio size of any mammal. A lot of people who are facing even cerebral palsy issues get better and get their motor skills improve when they are in and on a horse. A horse exudes a sense of a very positive energy field, where whenever you touch a horse or you're around a horse, it is very good for you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So definitely that has been a big booster in my life. I've got 5 of them, so I'm overly charged.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I go racing or I go riding when I'm feeling a little down, and the world seems to be a better place. And now, Randeep, you're one of the few voices from the film industry that actively talks about conserving the environment. You're a UN Environment Program's ambassador as well for the aquatic migratory species. Is venturing into the wild your healing stone as well, apart from, of course, horses that you just spoke about?
I've always been a nature lover all my life, and I think if there is a fight that we need to fight, it is not political, it is not religious, it is for nature, it is for everybody. We should unite in that voice. I've always felt passionate about it, and I have had the good fortune of reading up and meeting and watching people who do something about it, who are just, I mean, it's very easy to like, tweet, retweet, and pour out your heart on social media. But I've always felt that, when you do ground action, that's what leads to actual change, even if it is just you. And that also makes you feel very good, since we're talking about mental health. Contributing to something which is larger than yourself always makes you feel better, whether it is going washing dishes or serving langar in a gurdwara, or cleaning up your house or your community, or doing something for the larger good of humanity or your planet. It gives you an immense sense of satisfaction, and it doesn't cost much. In fact, it doesn't cost anything. So that's a good way of overcoming any mental blocks or depression that you might be having, is to do something for the larger good, which serves not just yourself, but something more. It gives you spiritual strength.
You just spoke about depression. It's a very strong word, and many people cannot differentiate between depression and sadness as well. And the psychiatrists and the mental health practitioners who we speak to say that there's a huge difference. But today, somewhere culturally, do you think in India there's a problem? Because when somebody goes through feelings of depression, they speak to their parents, and the parents usually say, "Koi baat nahi beta, theek ho jaoge, think positive, it's all in your mind." What do you have to say to these cliched responses that are coming in? Do we need to break away from these, and parents need to also realize that, listen, going to a mental health practitioner can really help your mind, and that could keep you physically fit as well?
I think parents might be right in a way. Sometimes you might just be on a chain of thought which is doing circles in your head and is not leading you anywhere. So it is always a good thing to get off your ass and divert your mind, and little things that the parents do encourage you to do, they are a good thing. I mean, for every little thing to rush to a doctor is also not a very good idea.
Hmm.
But it does exist, and if you're feeling repetitive thoughts of gloom
Hmm.
and sadness, and as if your life seems to be going nowhere, talk to some people, talk to your parents, and even if they say कि चल बेटा चल खड़ा हो सब ठीक हो जाएगा, even that you should pay heed to. It is being talked about more, and I'm very glad that this conversation is happening.
Hmm.
But except for some really extreme cases, by
Hmm.
doing little things and by communicating with people around you, and seeking and doing things for their happiness for a change,
Hmm.
can really help you out of the lower ebbs of the tide. And I think it is very necessary to at least talk about it. Whether you have to go
But
see a
Randeep,
doctor, it's
don't you
that
think
time will
that
tell, and each case is different. But do things which would make you happy. I mean, if you feel like you feel happy while drawing, go draw for a couple of hours, man. You'll feel better. If you feel like just watching a movie or eating some ice cream, go do it. Sometimes little things can help. If you want to spend time with somebody, go do it.
But Randeep, sometimes a lot of youth are today falling in the trap of clinical depression as well, and that is simply a chemical imbalance in their brain as well. Would you then recommend that they go see a mental health care practitioner? Cognitive behavioral therapy has been known to show such stellar results as well.
Yes. Now, chemical imbalance, when you talk about, it's a bit different. It is a physical state which then you have to see a doctor and probably take medication for it. Um, but the point is that have you taken steps to uh, not isolate yourself, not be too much into yourself, gotten away from the gadgets, gotten away from social media, gotten away from digital things? Have you gone touched a plant? Have you gone watered a plant? Have you touched an animal? Have you done? Have you put your hands in dirt? Those things also one has to do to be in touch with the reality that you are a human being among so many other human beings, and everybody is going through a problem.
Hmm.
uh, those steps have to be taken first before you decipher, oh, you're mentally ill. I think you should not be too quick to judge that, but you should be very careful and constantly keep in touch and communicating with somebody who is in that state, whether it is your friend, it could be your parent, it could be you. You have to interact with
Communication
things, with
needs to be
nature. I think
constant,
nature is
is
a big
what you're saying.
antidepressant.
Yes,
And if
yes.
still there is a persistent sense of depression or gloom, I
Hmm.
don't know how exactly to define it. Please, by all means, go see a doctor. Please go see a doctor. It's no shame. It's like when you hurt your finger, you go see a doctor, or you hurt your elbow, you go see a doctor, maybe get a plaster or get a few stitches. It is the same thing. So there should be no taboo about it. But first, take other steps too. Sometimes it can be self inflicted, a lot of times it is self inflicted. So look outwards. Look outwards a little. I think that helps a lot. It's helped me over
It's a very
a long
interesting
period
thing
of
that you
time.
say, Randeep, that look outwards, because most people say look inwards, introspect, and your suggestion is that go ahead and look outwards. And that's good because that keeps the communication intact. And when you are communicating, you will never know who can come forth and help you out as well and put you in the right
When you look
direction too.
inwards, it's called meditation. It is introspective, and you do it for a short period of time.
Hmm.
You don't stay in that state. Real meditation, like I am not very good at meditating, but when I am writing, I forget everything else in the world. For me, meditation is getting involved in something, whether it's a thought process or an activity, which takes your mind off everything else and you concentrate on that. That is a very good relief. But you cannot be inside. I, as an actor, do a lot of work internally. I really try to change myself as a person, in terms of my thoughts, my language, my socioeconomic backgrounds. So I do spend a lot of time like that. But when I do that, also, I'm also observing, I'm also interacting, I'm actually doing. So looking inwards is good, but staying inside is not good. Being outside, taking to other people, if you do anything for anybody else's benefit, like for example, you want to do something that makes your mother happy. For example, you just make your bed and clean your room, or you wash your hands before you eat your food, or finish your food, eat your vegetables, whatever. Even if you do that little thing and your mother gets a smile, that's a big antidepressant, man. That's a
Oh,
big
that
antidepressant.
is indeed.
Your
These are
loved
small
ones around
things.
you,
Yes, these
their
are small
happiness
things
is
that
the biggest
matter.
antidepressant.
Absolutely. You know, Nandeep, you're in the public eye, being a public figure, being an actor. There would be a lot of negativity that you end up facing professionally in your personal life as well. So, outside of course, horse riding that makes you very happy, looking at the environment that makes you very happy, do you have a regime that you end up following to keep your mental balance in check, to keep yourself mentally well, fit, and healthy? Because we know you are physically fit as well, and largely both of them are interrelated.
Yeah, there is a sense of competition. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of negativity everywhere. The way I deal with it is that I keep myself in a state of learning. I'm always trying to learn something, whether it is photography or about my part or a new set skill, or improve my riding or go outside and work for the environment. All these things come together and make you feel things. I deal with the ebbs of life in a very positive way, and I think what I've learned from it, and there should be no sense of competition. वो क्या कह रहा है, वो क्या बोलेगा, उसकी चिंता कम करो. You should be trying to being a better person, a better professional in whatever you do every day, and that will itself lead to a lot of
You said
benefits.
something very important कि इसकी चिंता कम करो, वो क्या कह रहा है, वो क्या बोल रहा है. That also means somewhere you have to build yourself emotionally to have that level of emotional intelligence as well. Do you feel that people are today in
बहुत सिंपल है. अगर कोई तुम्हारे बिल पे कर रहा है ना, उसकी शायद सुन लो, मानो ना मानो. पर अगर जो तुम्हारे बिल नहीं पे कर रहा है ना, तो ख्याल लग रहा है इसकी ऐसी तैसी कोई जरूरत नहीं. कौन है?
that's that's a good way to look at it, Randeep.
कोई नहीं है.
I don't
क्या
care
क्या
the
कौन
attitude.
किसकी
Yeah, of
ओपिनियन?
course.
Opinions and armpits everybody has.
Correct.
They've got their
Correct.
own. Don't worry about that. हाँ,
Correct.
तुम्हारे माँ बाप जो तुम्हारा ख्याल रखते हैं, कोई तुम्हारा बिल पे कर रहा है, कोई तुम्हारा आके ख्याल रख रहा है, कोई तुम्हें जब तुम दुखी होते हो चप्पी दे रहा है, उसकी सुन लो यार. अभी पब्लिक क्या बोलेगी, इंडस्ट्री क्या बोलेगी, ये क्या बोलेगा, क्या जरूरत है सुनने की यार. अपने अपने घोड़े पे सवार रहो. बेस्ट
अपने
घोड़ा है
घोड़े
वो.
पे सवार हो, right? Yes, you have to be riding your own pony then. You know, this is something I was talking to my colleague the other day as well. He was a little upset and I said, listen, aren't you emotionally intelligent? There have to be your inner circle that can impact you this much. Anybody outside of that inner circle does not need to impact you, and that's how you develop that level of emotional intelligence as well, isn't it, Randeep?
Well, I have, as in public life and personal life, they can be different. Of course, you have to be sensitive to people around you and communicate with them. You know, but in public life, it's a different thing. I do not need any affirmation. My father's opinion matters to me a lot whenever he sees my performance, and that's great. Nasiruddin Shah is another person whose opinion matters, and I myself have an opinion about it. Now, I know myself what I have done. I could have done better, or I didn't do well, and all that. I don't need to hear it from somebody, and I definitely don't need to hear too much praise and get a big head about it. So it is really a communication with myself. I am trying to. This is my instrument that I have, and I'm trying to be better at it. And that is as simple as it goes. Once you're concentrating on that, once you're in a state of learning, in a happy state, don't wait. I have also done it for a lot of time, for years in my life. अगर ये हो जाएगा तो मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा, वो हो जाएगा तो मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा, ये मिल जाएगा तो खुश हो जाऊंगा. अरे नहीं यार, खुश तो अभी हो जाओ. It's very simple. It's a choice you make. I mean, don't put pressure on yourself. If
Right.
you just turn up, be happy, and be in a state of learning, no matter what you do, you will do it well and you will enjoy it. The
Oh,
moment you
absolutely.
enjoy it,
Absolutely. And also, somewhere people also start taking themselves too seriously. I've noticed that, Randeep.
oh,
What do you
I
have
used
to
to
tell
take
these
myself very
people?
seriously. I don't do it anymore. It's the worst thing. You're your worst
I
enemy
know.
when you take yourself too
I
seriously.
know.
कौन है भाई तू? जो साइड में हो. क्या क्या वैल्यू है तेरी? तेरे भी दो हाथ पैर हैं जैसे दूसरों के हैं. क्या इतना क्या?
Yeah. You've been very active in India's battle against COVID-19 as well, be it cleaning the beach, speaking up on providing relief as well. Is this constant service that you do a source of your happiness somewhere? Like you said, you find those simple pleasures in like speaking to
Definitely.
your parents and,
Definitely.
yeah, you do.
Definitely. I obviously, let me be very frank and honest. I obviously do it for my own feeling that I get when I do it. Okay. That is the most important thing. I don't do it to show off to people. I don't do it to, to change the world. I like doing it, first of all. And I believe that since I am a citizen and I have rights, I also have duties, not just a citizen, but also a human being. So I feel that we are all a part of it. It's a whole one organism. It's a butterfly effect. If a butterfly flutters its wings in Japan, it's felt in Namibia. So it's all connected. So if everybody did their bit, if everybody did their bit, it will change. Not one person or a group of people can do it. I did my bit. I also thought it was somebody else's job to pick up the garbage, man. I pay my taxes. What the hell? It's the government's job. But we are the ones who are producing that garbage, and we are the ones who are being not prudent about buying first of all, and then disposing it. So, and I've had the good fortune to work with Afroz Shah, who has had Warsaw Beach in my locality. I'm very lucky that it is the biggest beach cleanup that has been going on for years, and it is a world phenomenon. And a lot of people have been inspired and are doing it everywhere. So, being a part of that journey, it makes my life a bit more significant than just pictures and movies and oohs and ahs. So I find purpose in it, and I do it for my own good,
That's
and I
that's
hope
most
it helps the
important.
environment. I hope it inspires some people because you can do little things.
No, you
Uh,
very rightly put forth that point of having to find your purpose, because you're an actor, you do that very well. You have all these interests lined up, which also give you a sense of purpose. And this must be giving you a larger sense of purpose as well, to give back to society as well. And when people can, I'm a mental health advocate myself. But point is that when you have so much of a purpose that exists in you, that is when you stop thinking and bothering about what other people are thinking or saying, and it stops impacting you. And that is when you
exactly.
really,
Be busy. Be busy with your own growth and the happiness of people around you and your happiness, and do things for the larger good. I mean, I never thought of it like that. Now that I'm having a conversation with you, these are my thoughts. I mean, I never linked mental health and garbage. So what?
Randeep, I'm doing that. This is the impact I'm having on you. You're linking
Mental health and
mental health and
garbage. We can
garbage.
think all kinds of garbage, and usually we get our knickers in a twist ourselves. So it is auto suggest to yourself
Yes, that's
different
true.
things.
That's true. Now, there's more talk now than ever before about how mental health and physical well being are interconnected. And you are physically so fit, I know that. In fact, our sponsors even ended up doing a survey that showed that almost 40% of the respondents taken in the survey felt that the current healthcare system gives less importance to mental health than physical health. How are these two interrelated, in your opinion, from your own personal experience?
Okay, where does your mind live?
In your
Or
body?
your soul? In your body,
That's true.
right? So if you keep the home of your mind or your soul healthy, happy, fit, it will automatically affect your soul and your mind and your heart, whatever you might want to define it as. The human body is the best gadget, the best instrument we as human beings will ever own. It is not an iPhone. It's not these fancy computers. It is not that rocket. The best and the most amazing gadget that us human beings have is our body. And we can do so much of with it. We can bend it even more. We can grow more muscles. We can have more cardiovascular. We can do so many things. We can work for hours. And it is us that thinks and and conjures up, like, turning a page in a script into this scenario where people watch it and get affected and similar things. So your body is the most important instrument you'll ever own. It is your duty to look after it, and that is your home for your body. Like, this planet is a home for you as a person. Your body is also your home as a person, and you should look after it. I'm not saying that I don't have bad habits which are harmful for my body, but I do try and balance them. I mean, you got to live a little, but you got to keep balancing it. You got to keep balancing it. You got to keep looking after it. I think I am the fittest I've ever been in my life. And similarly, connected, I have never been happier in my life.
So both of them are interrelated. Your physical fitness and your mental health, and your mental fitness and your physical health, both of them somewhere keep going hand in hand with each other, and both have to be given enough of
absolutely, absolutely. And one of the best exercises in the world is walking.
That is true. It also lets you think. It's so liberating.
Mentally as well.
It's
when you walk, you feel a purpose, and your thoughts become positive because you're going forward. I've always felt that. I did this workshop for a movie called Biba Boys with this beautiful lady from Chandigarh who's an acting teacher. Earlier on, I was like, at that time, I was one of those people, I know, and she used to just make us walk around. And after 2 days, it dawned upon me. I said, how much is that helping me? And walk. And if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain cardiovascular ability, which you might have lost due to your sedentary lifestyle, just walk. There is a formula. 220 minus age into 65% is the heart rate you should be walking on to get rid of stored fat. It's a slow burn, mostly just less than brisk walk can get you there, and just do that for 30-40 minutes. You will have good cardiovascular, you would have burned some fat, you would have got some positive thoughts, and very well. If you've got a horse, you don't have to do that. Then you can
yes, very well said. Because in one of that's true, and in our survey, one of the findings says that more than 50% of young India is associating with depression, with mental health, followed by stress, and followed by disturbed peace of mind. And what you just gave out was a sure-shot formula to keep everything in check. Now moving on.
I have become the genie of the Aladdin lamp.
So now Randeep, talking a little about you, what is this obsession that people have with social conformity, with putting up these pictures on Instagram?
I have another point to say about your previous discussion, which is very important, and that is why I feel the young people are going through this.
Tell me.
It is the phones.
Oh my God, yes.
The phones are isolating everybody. It happens to me too. I am trying to get off that goddamn phone to detox myself from it. You are reading news and items about people, of people, and it is mostly pretense, or it is bad news. Something's happening somewhere so far away, and you are feeling anxiety because of it. Because you're constantly engaging with it, reading comments, doing this, doing that. So I think one of the biggest reasons for the young people to go into these states, and as the percentage, as you said, is increasing, it is because of the isolation these smartphones are causing, and the anxiety you feel with a conflict which is virtual, which is not real. I mean, if a person, let's say, of a certain community is killed somewhere else, and you start feeling that your neighbors are going to come kill you because they're of that community, it's stupid.
Absolutely.
So you have to cut yourself away from this smartphone technology.
So amazing and fabulous having you with us today, speaking to the youth, and such great tips, Randeep, because you are a youth icon, and many would be listening to you today, and perhaps it would make a difference to most of their lives. And thank you so much for those wonderful tips. I'm also going to keep my phone away.
बोलते हैं ज्यादा लाठी लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. Take it easy. ज्यादा seriously अपने आप को लो, ना problems को लो. वक्त बदलता रहता है, टाइम बदलता रहता है, सर्कमस्टेंसेस बदलते रहते हैं. मेरे को लगा था मेरा करियर खत्म हो गया है, अब मैं हॉलीवुड की पिक्चरों में जा रहा हूँ. तो हमेशा वक्त बदलता रहता है. आप सिर्फ अपने आप से सच्चे रहिए और वो चीज कीजिए जिसमें आपको खुशी मिले।
आप और क्या पता कल हो ना हो, तो आज ही सब कुछ है। रणदीप, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस, थैंक यू, अप्रिशिएट इट।
बाय बाय बाय, चीयर्स।